Hello students, welcome back to the second class on the topic sources of history. In the last class, we studied about coins, artifacts and monuments. Today, we will study about written material and oral sources. Children, open your social study book and come to page number 19. Written records. What are written records? Writings of early times are called written records. Sometimes these are in a language like Sanskrit that people can read. Look at the picture given in your book. Can you read this? Yes, you can read this because these are quite similar to Hindi alphabets. And what is this language? Yes, it is written in Sanskrit. You can read this, but you may not understand all the meanings here. Many ancient Indian books are written in Sanskrit, like Vedas, poems, hymns. Hymns means songs, and two great epics are also written in Sanskrit. Do you know what are these two great epics written in Sanskrit in India? Yes, one is Ramayana and the other one is Mahabharata. But sometimes there were languages which are not easy to understand and it's not easy to read. Look at the picture given in your book. Can you read what is there in this picture? Surely you cannot read because we don't know the alphabet or the meaning of the symbols here. This writing is known as hieroglyphs. In such cases, experts have to spend lot of time and read carefully to understand what is given in the writing. Written records are of different types. Look at your book, number 1. Sometimes a king or someone else, definitely a learned person, in his court wrote about his rule. It is not only about the rule of the king, but about the life of the king and about the administration. So thus we come to know a lot about Indian rulers like Babur and Akbar. look at the picture given in your book. Babur has written the book called Baburnama, and in this book he described that at the age of 12 he became a ruler. Look at the picture, or rather painting, very closely. What do you see? Yes, you see a tree, and see very carefully. You will get some animals on the branches of the tree. Go down, you can see two peacocks. Then again go down, two cranes, some lotus, fish. So from this painting we can understand that Babur loved nature. In this painting Babur has described animals and plants. Painting like this is also source of information. Go to the other picture. Who is this in the picture? Yes, this is the picture of Yuan Shan. Yuan Shan was a Chinese traveler who came to India from China to study about Buddhism. Buddhism, you know, is a religion which is founded and preached by Buddha, lived in India. Yuan Shan came to India 1300 years ago, and in his writings he has given a good deal of information about Indian history. Go to the next page, page number 20. Second point, people who were not rulers wrote about their lives or about the times in which they lived. Some foreign visitors wrote about the places that they visited. Just before we learned about Yuan Shan who came to India, there are other foreign visitors like Megasthenes, Fahian came to India at different times. They too visited different places in India, wrote about the kings and their administration and also the life of ordinary people. So these writings of the foreign travelers are important sources of information of Indian history. Third point, religious books also give some idea of earlier times. For example, the Vedas. Vedas are Hindu religious books. There are 4 Vedas. Do you know the name of these 4 Vedas? Yes, the first one is Rig Veda, then Samaveda, Ayurveda and Atharva Veda. These books written by early people called Aryans. They help us to understand how the Aryans lived. Fourth point, written records are also found on rocks, stones, metals, pillars, and these are called inscriptions. Look at the picture given in your book. What is this? Is down written inscriptions on a pillar put up by Ashoka. This type of inscriptions put up by Ashoka found at different places in India and outside India, like Nepal, Pakistan, Afghanistan. From these inscriptions, we come to know that Ashoka was a great ruler who was born over 2300 years ago. And also, we get a great deal of information about Ashoka's spread of empire, his administration, and his new-found religion called Dhamma. Oral sources. When your family member talk to you about their early life, you learned about your family history. Similarly, people have told stories verbally. These stories are called oral sources. Not only stories, poems, songs, folk tales, these are also oral sources because they are told verbally and they are passed on from one generation to another generation. They tell us about people's lives and historical events that took place in past. From these, historians learn about things which may not be found in written records. The need to preserve sources. Children, do you think there is a need to preserve these sources of history? Yes, because we learn about the past only through the sources of history. Every source can tell a story. By looking at sources carefully and trying to understand them, archaeologists and historians get a picture of the people and events of the past. This is why everybody should realize how important it is to take care all historical sources. Children, should we take care and preserve only a few sources of history? No. We should preserve all the historical sources because, as I said, every source can tell a story. Archaeologists, historians, and other people all need to look after historical sources. For example, during the time of war, in museums that preserve a lot of historical sources are in danger. What do the staff and the museum management do? They hide the artifacts, and when the war is over and there is peace, they take out the artifacts, and thus they preserve knowledge for us. That so, children, you have understood that there is a real need to preserve all the sources of history, because by preserving them we preserve knowledge. Now turn to page, come to the page number 22. See the exercises. A. Fill in the blanks. Don't do it. B. Write true or false. Do it. C. Match the following. Do it. D. Choose the correct answer. Do it. E. Answer the following questions. These questions, answers, and also these answers you will find in the attached file. There will be a link given with this video. Use the link, open the attached file, and write all these answers in your homework copy. Children, if you find any difficulty or if you have any queries, write in the comment box so that I can help you. Thank you.